And welcome everybody to another Total War Arena video with Overkill Total War. So today we're looking at the highest tier unit that I've featured on the channel, the Proven Warriors for Arminius, or the Barbarians I suppose. So yeah, there we go. I've got Arminius up to tier 7, so I'm waiting on those Endarda swords. You know what I'm saying? Waiting on them. I mean, yeah, Momentum, Frenzy, Scout, Infiltration, all that good stuff. But yeah, so today we're looking at Proven Warriors. I've already looked at the Warriors in this line, and these guys aren't much different. They're just at a higher tier, and they have some better equipment, basically. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't have all the upgrades out already, or unlocked. The Opiate Warpaint and the Animal Crested Montefortino. I don't know. But you can see here it's charge and speed, melee attack for the cost of armor, and you get harass. And this just adds morale and armor, and you get inspiring presence. So that just boosts the morale of units around you. So awesome. That's what those two do. But the video I'm going to show you is with all of this stuff. So basically what you're going to be seeing is the heavy, or not heavy, but the more heavy Proven Warriors build. It would have been nice to have this helmet on though. But, oh well, Limewash hair causes fear on people, so whatever. So yeah, if we take a look at the stats, we will quickly see that they do pretty good for what their tier is. Their morale is average across the board. It's on par with the Romans at this tier. And of course, it's better than all the Greek units. Almost all of them, rather. Their health is the same as most of the units at this tier, so they're on point there. They actually have more health than, again, the Greek units. Their armor at 122 is okay. The other units have much more, especially the Romans. With you're getting into the legionaries now, so they have much more armor, but 122 is still nothing too bad. The visibility range is unheard of at the tier at 150. No one else has that in the infantry role. Their melee attack of 84 is quite nice. It is nearly comparable to the Romans, and it is higher than the Greeks. But we'll go into more detail as we look at all the individual units. Melee defense of 40, of course, isn't as good as the Greeks' hoplites, but oh, rather, it's the least melee defense of the tier. Okay, that's no problem. These guys aren't really there to hold anyway. And then with 240 weapon damage, they do some of the most damage at the tier. I believe they actually do the most. Yes, most damage at the tier. And missile block chance of 22 is average. So yeah, that's the stats. What they stack up with. If you have your If you take a look at your commander options, you see you have Scout, which is at the cost of melee defense, you get visibility range. Frenzy, which is at the cost of melee defense, you get melee damage and melee attack. Infiltration, you can disguise yourself as enemy units, which is very useful. Momentum is you get charge, impact, turn speed, and speed, which is excellent. And because of the Limewash hair, there's fearsome presence, which yeah, the enemy's morale goes down or something. I don't know. These guys have a lot of consumables. They have Spar, which is +2 shield armor, +3 charge bonus, +3 melee attack. Feast, which is +1 melee armor piercing damage and +8 melee damage. Swear Oaths, which is +3 charge bonus, +5% speed and +3 melee attack. And then they have 3 actual consumables rather than just little buff things. There's Dirt Pouches, which puts down the enemy's melee defense by 11%. Intoxicate, which puts up your melee attack at 49%. But it also damages your unit, so I haven't really used it. I'm not sure how that would work. And Brandish Heads, which is -11% melee attack. So what I tend to use is Swear Oaths and Spar. Swear Oaths for the speed, charge bonus, and melee attack, and Spar for the charge bonus, melee attack, and shield armor. It makes these guys super deadly on the rear charge, which is where you should have them. These guys are not good at holding lines. If they get charged, they will die by probably anything, really. You need to get into the sides or rear of enemy units with these guys to excel, and then you will excel. And then for their own unique order, unit order rather, they have frenzy charge, which is just a quick charge to run into the enemy unit, break them up a little bit. So we've looked at all the certain stuff for the proven warriors. Now it's time to actually get down to the exact stats and compare them with the enemy units. So starting off, we have the Romans with the legionaries. Legionaries? Legionaries. Weird. I always seem tempted to say legionnaires. But yeah, the legionaries. Morale is the same. Health is the same. Armor on the legionnaires is a lot better. Legionaries, oh my goodness, this is going to drive me crazy. Visibility range on the legionaries is less, of course, because they're a medium infantry. No, they're heavy, rather. They're heavy. The melee attack on the legionaries is higher. The melee defense is higher. The weapon damage is 2 lower, and the missile block chance is 5 higher. So you can see that in a head-on-head fight, these guys will beat barbarians. That's just a given. They have the same health, armor, and morale, but when it comes down to killing power, the Romans have the edge. So if you can get these held in place by someone, charge them in the rear, they'll melt. Simple as that. So then we move on to the armored legionaries, and if you thought fighting legionaries was bad, fighting these is even worse. They have the same morale, same health. The armored legionaries have 168 armor. That's crazy. You're going to have a bit of trouble breaking through that. They have less visibility range, of course, because they're heavy. They have just slightly more melee attack, 20 more melee defense, a lot less weapon damage, though. And that's the thing. Their missile block chance is also 32. Again, it's especially important to get behind these guys because their weapon damage isn't that great. So even if you rear charge them, they can't really fight back that well. A lot worse than most units, we'll say. So yeah, armored legionaries, you just don't fight them from the front. That's all I can say. And then we move into the Greeks. We have the thorough spearmen. Now, these guys have less morale, less health, slightly more armor, less visibility range, less melee attack, much more melee defense, of course, because they're a hoplite spear unit, less weapon damage, and a little bit more missile block. These guys are actually a unit that you could go up against from the front. If you're fighting in a fight that's slightly in your favor, of course, you never want to fight equal fights. You always want to have it in your favor. I believe you could actually beat these guys because they're light, so you're not going to be pushed back off them very, very easily. And of course, their weapon damage isn't up to par with yours, and they're not as strong and stuff. So yeah, that's the thorough spearmen. Then we move on to the Macedonian nobles. Now this is a medium spear unit. They have less morale, less health, quite a bit more armor, 25 more. They have less visibility range, less melee attack, quite a bit more melee defense, of course, a lot less weapon damage, and 10 higher missile block chance. Now, I've gotten into situations with the proven warriors where I've fought these guys head on, and you can win. They're right there in that middle zone where you can fight them from the front and possibly win, but you also want to be behind them because where they're a medium unit and their stats aren't super focused on defense, you can fight these guys at the front and be slightly successful. But of course, the general rule of thumb is you want to get around them. So yeah, that's the Macedonian nobles. And then we get into the final Greek unit, and the final unit being compared to the premium Telesilas Argives. I believe that's how you would say that. They have the same morale, same health. The Argives have more armor, less visibility range, 1 less melee attack for whatever reason, 6 more melee defense, quite a bit less weapon damage, and missile block chance of 22. So honestly, this is a unit that if you get the charge, you could fight them from the front because they're a sword infantry, and their armor isn't that much higher than yours, and their melee defense isn't that much higher than yours. And in damage and attack, you actually have a slight edge. And the fact that this is a premium unit, and all these extra stats plus more get put on your guys. So basically, right here is equal I actually haven't seen many people play Telestil's Archives. I can imagine that they're probably not that good because I've never seen them before on the battlefield. So maybe people don't like them because their stats are the same as Barbarians, basically. I don't know. But yeah, basically they have the same stats, and then the Barbarians get all this and extra. So fully upgraded Barbarians versus Archives, it's not really that big of a deal. So yeah, guys, that was all of the units that the Barbarians are going to be facing at their tier. Of course, with the small amount of players that are playing this right now, you will get into tier 10 games. But if we were to sit down and compare them to all the units up to tier 10, we'd be here for a while, and that's not what I'm all about. So yeah, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get into the interesting part of this video with the battle. Well, hello there, everybody, and welcome to Salernum. So this is the game for today's episode. I am joined by Haxo the Hunter and Damien over here. There he is. This was played on Haxo's stream on Tuesday, which was great. Haxo's a great guy. Always fun to play games with him, and we've actually talked about doing stuff in the future. Soon TM to be announced. Wonder what that is. So he's running his Andarta sword because I said we get into tier 10 games with these guys anyway. I don't care what you guys play. And Damien's using his Thorough Spearmen. And this is actually a very great combination. These Spearmen with our mix of Barbarians is very good. So as you can see, we're heading over to the woods, of course, because we're Barbarians. We live in the trees. Ooh. You can see our team consists of, like, good units. Legionaries. Oh my gosh. I can't stop. Ballista with Macedonian nobles, Principes, and all that good stuff. Scythian archers and pikes, blah blah blah. And the enemy, if we take a quick look at everything, you can see what we're about to deal with. So we have Triarii coming up here, 3 units of that, Proven Warriors, and Companion Cavalry. Our cavalry just absolutely wiped out a full unit of Companion Cavalry, so that's very good. We got some Theros Spearmen, Scythian archers, and Macedonian nobles up here. And then what else didn't load in? We got some Principes, armored legionaries, and some delicious small ballista, and we'll see what happens to them very soon. So, putting it back to our view, me and Haxo are headed for the woods. I'm actually going to take the upper woods with 2 of my units, and I'm going to leave 1 down here to support Haxo. Damien is also coming up here. As you can see, his Thorough Spearmen are very quick. They are a light unit, so he was able to catch up with us. He started over here, and we were here or something like that. So, I mean, pretty good. So, at this point, we've got the enemy units in our range, or in our sight, rather. So, we can see them, but they can't see us. Now, this is like the ideal situation you want to be in Barbarian games. And we're about to get into that very soon, rather. Damien, with his Thorough Spearmen, holds up a bunch of these units, and that enables me and Haxo to actually completely wipe them out. So we see that these Proven Warriors are coming into our woods here, and I'm pretty sure in the actual game he put up infiltration, but we seen him up until here, so it didn't really help him. But in the replay, I don't think it showed up that he had it on, which kind of sucks. But here you can see we're just trying to throw javelins and stuff, weaken them up. I think they actually run away. And then at this point is when I think we turn on the Triarii. Yeah, I start moving my guys here to help Haxo with this 1 unit of Triarii. And I believe... Oh, no, I'm just moving back with those guys. So here we go. We're getting a nice rear charge, or a flank charge. Although the unit is already quite diminished, this just helps finish them off, basically. And as you can see, now we're getting bombarded by javelins from those Proven Warriors and archers, which isn't good. My guys are still just chilling there. I run back into the woods just to alleviate myself. Not, alleviate? Is that even... I don't even know if that's the proper word. To protect myself from being shot at, rather. If we take a look at the scores, 110, pretty good. 328 or 326, pretty good. Damien, 750, yeah. So at this point, pretty much all the enemy infantry is now tied up. So this is where we begin our movement. Yep, here we go. This is where we're going to start doing some damage. As you can see, the Thorough Spearmen from Damien are doing awesome. These units of Triarii, no match. Well, this is a tier 6 unit. I mean, in ideal situations, of course, they would be absolutely destroyed. So now we just quickly finish all these guys off, and we start moving. Now, at this point, I infiltrated these units just in case there was any enemies around here. You can see that I'm just running them away from the fight to make it, you know, seem like I'm not a part of this team. But of course, you can see this unit. You can see my name on this unit, and then you can see my name on these ones. That, you know, if anybody's smart enough to actually look at that, they get kind of screwed. But I managed to spot some enemy units about right now. They're like right here. Yep, there we go. Got some armored legionaries. So I'm like, ooh, running away from that. And I think at this moment they realized that I wasn't on their team, but I'm not sure.
The fallen eagles avenged.
Oh, we're on. Apparently, we're playing the soundtrack for someone else's units. But either way, we got some more armored legionaries and, well, Principes coming up. Quite a weird combination of Principes and armored legionaries. You would think he would use all the same unit, but here we go. I start throwing javelins and stuff, so that kind of blows my cover if he actually thought I was on his team. But now Damien's gonna hold up these units, and we can get some glorious flanking action on the go. I almost thought that these Principes were just gonna rip right through and go after my guys, so I pulled off for a second. But then they just wrap around on Damien's units, so we're able to get an awesome flank charge on them. And you can see it coming in now. Here they go, charge! And they actually do turn around to face me, but it's not enough. Their morale quickly breaks as Haxel's units come in to join the fray. And here we go. I got to charge in on this retreating unit, so they're done for. And there we go. Just as quickly as that, 2 units of awesome infantry are gone. And that's what I'm saying. Of course, we heavily outnumber them, but this combination of me, Haxel, and Damien really, really works out against enemy infantry, because Damien can just distract them, and me and Haxel charging in at the same time can break anything pretty much. So there we go. Both those units gone already. As you can see, Damien almost at 2,000 points. Very good. So we start pushing for the base. If we take a look at what everybody can see, or, well, we can see everything. There's only 1 unit of enemy infantry in our way, and then completely undefended, delicious small ballistas. And again, we'll see what happens to them in a second. Wink, wink. So I start moving these guys forward with Haxel and Damien, of course. And at this moment, Haxel and Damien, we noticed that we were getting shot at by artillery. So Haxel and Damien were like, we got this overkill. You can go after those artillery that are over there. So I was like, yeah, sure. Oh, Arminius died. I didn't even notice that. Where did he die? Whatever. That might not have even been my commander that just died, but here you can see the small ballistas. Oh, something just popped up. That was weird. Oh no. Okay, there we go. Should be back. Apparently I had a replay desync. I don't really care about that. I don't think it'll be that different. But as you can see, they tried to put barricades here, but look how easily my men just run right past them. Yeah, we'll just run right in and kill you. Look at that. Barricades, man, useless. Useless, I tell you. So I just absolutely slaughter these ballistas. No one comes and helps them. I don't even think anybody's really paying attention at this point. We have 1,900. Do we really have that many men? Holy cow. There's no way. Do we really? That's hilarious. But as you can see, we just start killing them now. Those delicious, delicious points. Look at that. I went from under 2,000 to like 5,000 because of this artillery. Oh, the points from artillery is ridiculously high. But yeah, as you can see, all the enemies are now trapped over here, basically. This is the end. After we take out this artillery, we just go to the base and we cap. I'm pretty sure. Did we win by cap? I'm not even sure. I think so. But,
we're capturing the enemy base. Increase the pressure.
Oh, yeah, this is the desync that... Okay, so it did desync. That's weird. I actually did wipe out all these guys. And I was supposed to get over 5,000 points. But, well, that's still a really good score. I don't really care. But, yeah, it was weird. Silly stuff. But, yeah, guys, that's the end of the battle. Hopefully you learned something from this. Like, this was pretty much like the ideal game you could get for barbarians. Rear charging and all that good stuff, and killing artillery. Always the best of both worlds, pretty much. So, of course, we will take a look at the results in a moment. Hopefully you enjoyed this battle. And if you did, please leave a like and a comment, and we will look at the results in a second. I'll see you then. So it turns out I actually didn't take a picture of the results for that. I can remember that I got over 1,000 XP, unit XP for them. Of course, that was a daily commander victory and a premium account. But yeah, and I also got like over 10,000 silver or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and a comment as always. And if you're enjoying seeing these arena videos, please be sure to tell me down below because I would love to hear it because, of course, I love playing arena and hearing your guys' thoughts and opinions on these videos would make me very happy. But anyway, this has been Overkill as always, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.